Salutations and one of these to anyone watching this. Today I am going to be uploading for the first time in a long time to talk about the Dark Souls Remaster. Now, there's not a whole lot for me to talk about in regards to the remaster, just a few big topics that everyone else is talking about, and among that, first thing is the cost. If you had the Prepare to Die edition in your library already of Dark Souls, your Steam library that is, then you received half off. You received $20 off the original $40 cost, and it only cost you $20. Now, for me personally, I didn't mind paying that because I was really looking forward to the remaster, and I didn't mind paying it. For some people on PC, didn't think that was worth it, but for the console kids, hats off to you guys. I would say, yeah, you got a pretty good deal on that. I would say the remaster, even at full price, was worth it because now you can play Dark Souls 1 on new gen consoles, and everything runs well. Now, for what you got. Some people, when the remaster was initially announced, were expecting like maybe added or revamped or like tweaked content. Didn't really happen. The only new thing we got was a new bonfire in the catacombs, which, thank God, made warping a lot easier. You could use multiple items at once, little shit like that. But honestly, just the game running at high resolution, at a smooth, constant 60 frames per second with like no frame drops ever anywhere, was just such a good feeling. Like, hats off to the person who made DS Fix, which was the mod that carried all of us on the PC Master Race for years. Hats off to you, my friend. But now we've got a smooth, flawless 60 FPS. Well, I don't know how it is on lower end systems. I got a pretty, not top end, but pretty beefy system. So like, I had zero issue running anything ever. But yeah, the game looks fantastic. It's amazing what just, good resolution, stable frame rate can do to slightly outdated graphics. Even things like the bonfire, particle effects, spell effects looked so good. Like little things like that. Like the fire. I know the bonfires are kind of iconic. They had that ethereal, high fantasy kind of look to them, but it actually looks like fire, and I got no problem with that. The particle effects, it just adds an extra layer of depth and animation and life to everything, which I really enjoyed. Also, and this is, for PvP or PvE, with the influx of new and returning players or just everyone buying the remaster, this past week has been flooded with jolly cooperation, invasions, fight clubs, everything. And I've actually been enjoying PvP more than I ever have in any of the Souls games ever. Never really PvP'd in Bloodborne. I don't really think I would like it, and like, I'm of the probably unpopular opinion that the faster the combat is, the more it doesn't work with PvP. Like, because it's going to be super spammy, you'll be able to heal really fast, and whoever has the fastest weapon wins, and that's it, game over. Whereas Dark Souls 2 had the slowest gameplay and some of the worst PvE, that actually worked in PvP, because it was more calculated, you had to think about it more, there was more dynamics there. Dark Souls 3, again, it was too do you have the fastest weapon with like either a magic or a bleed buff on it? Congrats, you fucking win. Hated it. Dark Souls 1, I think, while it had its problems and it's a bit dated, I think it had the best balance in mind in terms of gameplay speed, stamina recovery, and all that good stuff. The giant dads are still ever present, as they ever always have been, always will be. And there are hackers I've come across too, one of which I have footage of, I'll put on screen now. And there's another one I don't have footage of, but he was a grave lord, and as soon as you invaded his world, it was in Ulusil right after Artorias. You would pop up, and as soon as you popped up, he was just R1 spamming everyone who was popping up with a spear. And I know he was a hacker because as soon as he touched you, you got cursed and you were dead, and then you came back with an egg vermifuge on your head. I'm not familiar with anything in the game that can do that. Like, obviously the egg parasites can put that on you, and the basilisk can curse you, but I don't know of any weapon that can fill up your curse bar with one hit and then apply a parasite on your head. Fuck hackers, man. Fuck anything that they stand for. Just ruining the game for other people, you twats. But seriously, I've been enjoying PvP in the remaster more than ever. Like, I'm running a slightly cheesy build, which is one-handed Chaos Blade with, 10 humanity, and fully ascended Pyromancy Flame in the other hand, just for combustion, like, a few R1s just to keep them busy, keep them dodging, and as they're recovering from the dodge, hit them with a combustion, maybe a black flame, depending on what their setup is. It's a little bit cheesy, but it works. It's not as cheesy as Giant Dad and Chaos Zweihander that can stagger you and kill you in 2 or 3 hits, and then what the hell can you do to them? I have actually killed a few Giant Dads. I'll try to put some Giant Dad ponage on the screen right now. just because I have the satisfaction of killing memers. If you can kill a hacker, that's cool, but if you can kill a memer, that's also pretty cool. Yeah, I just had the best time, because it's been a while since I played Dark Souls. I played probably over more than 400 hours into Dark Souls 1, which some people are like, ignore me. But going back after a while and just visiting the remaster with the populated world, the world feeling just a little bit more alive and fluid with the frame rate and the resolution and the lighting changes that they've done, that are subtle. They're not like, holy shit, stand out, aside from a very few circumstances. They're subtle, but that goes such a long way, because the original Dark Souls had so much atmosphere and so much going for it that to just change that too drastically would take away from it. They just added subtle changes and accentuated certain parts of it, which I really enjoy. Like I was saying about PvP being fun, I joined the Dragon Covenant, which I never did before. And I was invading people for dragon scales, and I actually got, over a few days, I was spamming dragon invasions. I got 80 dragon scales. I fully upgraded my Covenant status and the flame damage and the torso buff. And yeah, my PvP build, my de facto build has been Black Knight Armor, Dragon Headstone, Chaos Blade, and Pyromancy. Might be cheesy, but hey, it's fun as fuck, dude. It's fun. And I've been enjoying the crap out of it. Also, speaking of dragons, I managed to get Calameet's tail cut, which is probably the hardest tail cut ever. Fuck that dude. I've only gotten it once on my other Dark Souls file. But yeah, I got it again on a second character on here, which is another good thing. Just having more save files to more characters, I like. Because I'm an alcoholic. I like having multiple characters with different builds and just different stuff, doing different things. And yeah, it's a great time. Calameet's sword, I've only seen one person in the remaster so far who have gotten it. Most people just can't be bothered. And those few who are, don't use it because it's not the most viable weapon in PvP. It's okay in PvE. It's kind of shit in PvP unless, you get lucky or you time something perfectly. But yeah, just being able to say, I got Calameet's tail cut. Like a boss. I don't know, feels good. Anyway, this was kind of short, kind of rambly. Just wanted to give my 2 cents about the remaster. I didn't want to make a video immediately after the first release because I didn't want to be overhyped. I wanted to give it some time to relax a little bit. But still kind of hyped, let's be honest. But yeah, those are my opinions on it. Dark Souls and World of Warcraft have kind of been the 2 main focuses on my channel back when I uploaded more regularly and not once every 7 blood moons. But on the Elite Immortal Gaming channel, which has been kind of dead for a while now as well, that I share with a few other people, I actually uploaded a series, which I never finished, which is a trend for me, called Let Dark Souls Teach You, where I kind of walk new players through the game and teach them how to let the game teach them how it is to be played. So if anyone's interested in that, I'll link to the channel down below and you can check that out. But yeah, tell me how you enjoyed the remaster or did not enjoy the remaster. And until you see me again, my friends, live well and let the flames guide thee.